All right, our next topic in vectors is vectors that are called the unit vectors. So vector I is the unit vector whose direction is along the positive x-axis. So here is vector I, and it has a distance of 1, a magnitude of 1. Vector J along the vertical axis, the y-axis, also has a distance or magnitude of 1. So vectors that are unit vectors are important for origin of 0, 0, heading out to some point. And we can move that vector around to start at the origin 0, 0. So if we say we have a vector b, which equals ai plus bj, the a distance is the distance on your horizontal axis, and then the b distance is your distance on your y-axis. So we're going to be graphing these in just a moment. So here's your rule. So in the yellow box will help us. So if we have a vector starting at the origin, and it's heading out to some terminal point, AB, to write that as a rectangular coordinate, this is what it will look like. A is going to be your horizontal distance, and B is going to be your vertical distance. To write it as a linear combination, this is the equation you would use. So this represents the magnitude equation. So you're going to square the A term and square the B term and then add them up. So how does it look for our example? So here's example 2 in our book. We want to sketch this vector b on negative 3i plus 4j and then find its magnitude or its length. So a vector in this form is vector v equals a I plus b j. This is our a value. So a equals negative 3. That's going to be our horizontal distance. And then our b is going to be our vertical distance. So you always start off in the origin, 0, 0. And now we're going to go 3 units to the left and then 4 up vertically. So how this vector is complete is going to go 3 to the left and then 4 up. So that's the vector v. This distance is our a, which is negative 3, and our b, which is 4. And what we have in the green is our vector graphed out. What it asks us to do now is to find the length or the magnitude of that vector. So if you go back to the previous slide, to find the length, we're going to use this formula. So to find the magnitude, the distance, the length of that vector, you're going to square the a value, square the b value, add them up, and then square root it. So the length of vector b equals negative 3 squared, that's your a value, your horizontal distance, and then your b value, which is 4 square those numbers, 9 plus 16, add them up, square root it, and you get 5. So this distance from the origin out to that point is a distance of 5.